I'm looking at XRP or Ripple from a daily perspective. Bullish price action as well, at least from my perspective with XRP. Really since the July 20th low here, we shaped a double bottom pattern that was eventually triggered here with a daily close above on July 29th. We went into a brief consolidation. You could almost call it a handle formation within the context of the double bottom. And then we had the big breakout on Saturday of just about 10%, which got above the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders pattern that goes back starting in 2018. We've been moving sideways over the last 2 days, which is obviously consistent. You know, every digital asset or financial instrument is going to go back and test what was previous resistance to see if it's support, and that's what we're doing now. In terms of the price structure itself, I think now Ripple's in a position, if we hold this neckline, which is around spot 7.6, we should be on the way to testing psychologically in $1 and potentially the 38.2% Fibonacci retracement of the entire correction. It should be noted that the double bottom measured move puts a price target at spot 953. I think that really, if we get that type of momentum, we will test $1 and potentially exceed, which also correlates with price congestion that goes back here into May and in early June. So that'll be formidable resistance for a rally. And it's about 30%, close to 31% from the current price, which is a solid move. You'll see that we have reached a slight overbought condition, but I don't see that being an issue at this point. There's still definitely more upside available in terms of the RSI. And on the downside, really the key for me, obviously, as I said, is the neckline here, but below the neckline, there could be weakness. I'd like to see it hold the trigger price of the double bottom on June 29th of spot 733. That's pretty crucial level for me. You'll see how we oscillated along there. And so it proves that it has a significant magnet effect for price. So we want it to hold there. Anything lower than that takes us down to the 50-day moving average, which comes in at spot 662, and then down to this level, which corresponds with the May 23rd low at spot 652. But really, we wanted to hold this spot 733. That's the ideal situation. But overall, XRP is bullish from my perspective, as long as these levels hold. I like it now in terms of where it is in its overall price structure. Why? Because first of all, it held the 50-week simple moving average 3-4 weeks ago now, which is constructive. So it's above that long-term strategic moving average. Number two, it's now above the 50-day moving average, and it's more or less above the 200-day simple moving average. So now it's shaken off those levels of resistance, and now they've become support. Add in the fact that it's above the May 23rd low, also now has become support rather than resistance. So things point upwards for XRP moving forward.
Indeed. I'm also leaning a little bit bullish on XRP. And I completely agree 100% with everything you said. From a technical perspective, I gotta say that what the TD sequential indicator is telling me is that a daily close, right, above the breakout line, which is currently sits at around 0.83 cents, let's say. A daily close above 83 cents could potentially see XRP rise all the way up to $1. I don't think that the 100-day moving average has acted as significant support resistance in the past, so I will just actually take this off, right? Because yeah, I think that the next significant level of resistance comes at $1. So if XRP manages to close above 83, I believe that's basically a given 30% upward move. Now, when looking at the on-chain metrics, first and foremost, when we look at the NVRV 30-day ratio, the first thing that we notice is that while we have Bitcoin and Ethereum trading at let's say in the danger zone, approaching the danger zone, as both of them are currently sitting above like 26% or so, we see that XRP is not even close to the danger zone, right? Right now, addresses that acquire XRP within the last 30 days are currently sitting on an average profit of 5.3%, which this level has never, I mean, not in the recent, I mean, not since yeah, I mean, not since I have seen like this level has not led to significant losses or like a significant spike in profit taken, right? I mean, it's not only when XRP moves above basically 24% that we could potentially see some, some spike in profit taken, and anything above this can be considered anything above 24 cents in the MVRV ratio can be considered kind of like the danger zone, right? So it does seem from this on-chain metric, it does seem like XRP has a lot of room to go up before it enters the danger zone, and before, kind of like XRP holders are a little bit more inclined to take profits on their tokens. Now, when we look at the kind of like the way that whales have been behaving around XRP, it wasn't until recently that they actually started buying, right? I mean, XRP started running since kind of like July 20th, and the largest whales on the network basically holding 1 million XRP to infinity. They were selling on the move up, right? And they stopped selling on July 29th. Since then, they have been buying, and they have been pushing prices a little bit more, upward. So now, if we get to see a higher high, right? I mean, if we get to see the number of addresses holding from 1 million XRP above, right? If we see it rising above 1,579 addresses holding this amount of tokens, right? Then that will potentially create just a higher high in here and add credence to the bullish outlook that we have been specifying. But yeah, from an on-chain perspective, as well as from a technical perspective, right? Especially after claiming the 200-day moving average as support once again, it does seem that XRP has what it needs to just continue rising and kind of potentially target $1. The only thing I will be waiting for is for a close above 83 cents for that bullish outlook to be validated. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at from a longer term perspective. Maybe you, Akash, have something else to say?
Yeah. So what I want to point out here is that XRP is kind of following a lot. XRP is following Ethereum a lot more than Bitcoin, which is noticeable in the rally that we've seen here. Like Bitcoin's only done like 59% upswing from July 20th to this particular swinger here. XRP has done the second highest, and Ethereum's done the first highest. Ethereum's rallied approximately 85%, and this XRP has done like 63. Bitcoin's done 59%. Also, an important thing to note here is that, like Ethereum, this is consolidating exactly like Ethereum. I'm repeating myself. So I'm expecting a massive breakout in either direction. But what I think here, what I think is going to happen here is like the last time XRP was somewhere around here. Me and Sheldon were discussing that it's going to need a massive move to just cut through all of this consolidation that would oppose it, and that's exactly what happened here. So even right now, also there's a lot of consolidation area that it needs to cross here. So we're either going to see a massive spike here to the $1 level that retested, and then maybe a small pullback that comes down to 0.9, 0.91 and 0.83 probably. But once it, I think it's going to go to 1 eventually, and it's going to be a fast move up here.
Yeah.
As for the downside, I just do not want it setting up a lower low here below the swing low, which comes around 0.70, right? Anything beyond this would make me bearish, but not completely bearish, right? And anything beyond the 50 fib which comes around 0.65 cents, would tell me bearish, and like that would indicate it's probably go this was again like a retest and an attempt to move higher, just like Ethereum. Yeah, and then we could probably see a retest of the range low, which comes around 0.51.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. I think that the first invalidation point of kind of like this bullish outlook, right? Just like the $3,000 level is holding for Ethereum, for XRP seems to be the 78 cents level, and now a break below the 78 cents level could indeed throw it back to 72 or even like, yeah, like 70 cents, right? But
Yeah,
it does
and
seem that yeah, go ahead.
sorry, and another confirmation for me would be like a break above this particular support level, resistance level here, because of the way the candles reacted around here to the open and the close. It was respected quite a lot here, and then once it closed above it, like the whole house collapsed, right? So again, the confirmation for me would be like a decisive close above this, and then like a consolidation here, or probably like a straight shot up to the $1 level. Like something like these candles over here.
Yeah, I think you're looking at the same breakout level that I'm looking at, right? Which is 83 cents basically, right?
Yeah.
You know, a decisive close above 83 cents could potentially validate the whole bullish scenario that we have described previously. But yeah, XRP army, it's your time to shine, you know. It does seem that XRP could rise to $1, so be prepared for that. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.